Eve 2011, and this is a very momentous day for us here in Aspen. It's the first flight of American Airlines into our airport. American joins United SkyWest and Frontier for the three airlines that serve our airport. And we are so excited to have American. This flight has just flown in from Los Angeles direct. These folks got on in Los Angeles. They didn't have to go through DIA. They flew right into our beautiful airport. And if they want to, they could be skiing in about a half an hour. So we couldn't be more thrilled. I'm standing here with County Commissioner Jack Hatfield and County Manager John Peacock. What does this day mean to you? Jack, you've been involved with this process of getting the runway extended and attracting airlines in here for a long time. What does this mean to you today?
Well, it just expands our horizons, our ability to bring in guests from different hubs, as it were, different destinations. This is a fantastic day for Pitkin County, Aspen, Snowmass, and the Valley. The cooperative effort that it took to put this together, and including, of course, the FAA, is just phenomenal. We jumped through all the hoops as required, and everyone did a fantastic job, as this shows the result.
Having American Airlines come in is another example of how service to our airport has been increasing, and how we need to be planning for future growth and future services to serve our resort community.
We're here with the pilots of this gorgeous American Airlines plane. What was it like coming into Aspen today from Los Angeles?
Well, it was kind of a new experience for us all. We've trained very hard to do it well, and it's a beautiful approach, and it's a challenge as for any crew, but it was fun.
Well, we've all been told that the 1,000-foot runway extension was one of the main reasons that American was willing to come and do business here. Was that helpful?
Yeah, it is very helpful. Any runway that you can get under your feet is a good runway, and the more the merrier.
These are some people we know that just got off of this first flight. Bill Thompson from Stay Aspen Snowmass, and who's joined you here, Bill?
This is Isabel Huerta from American Airlines. She's a regional sales manager for American Eagle.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Welcome
you too.
to Aspen.
Thank you very much. We're so
Snowmass.
excited with our first flight. Thank you very much.
How did it go? How was that flight?
It was a wonderful flight, really. We really enjoyed it, and the passengers really also enjoyed as well.
So what does this mean to us? Come on, give us the lowdown. This is a big deal, and why?
This is a big deal. We've been working on it for 13 years, and to finally see it happen, American Airlines flying here with their own tail from Los Angeles and DFW. The excitement on board the aircraft today was amazing. After we made a few remarks and passed out some gifts, you could just hear the buzz throughout the entire cabin of the excitement of coming here to Aspen Snowmass, and particularly the LA locals who just love the flight times. They say 9 o'clock is a perfect departure from LA, and they love being able to go home in the late afternoon.
It's really nice for us not to have to stop at another airport before we come to Aspen. That just must be a wonderful feeling.
Absolutely, and the inaugural flight was just smooth as silk. In fact, I had to laugh when the captain said, be sure your seatbelt is fastened very tight because it could be bumpy. That was about the smoothest flight I've ever had into this airport.
I totally agree. And the passengers were smiling and smiling. They were so happy. We really have a very smooth, nice flight.
Now we have another flight today that is going to be going to Dallas from Aspen, and that's a first flight out, correct?
Exactly.
And what is so special about the Dallas hub?
We haven't had a nonstop flight from Dallas, Fort Worth into Aspen Snowmass since 1998. And Texas is one of our strongest markets, and every other ski resort in the state of Colorado has had nonstop flights from DFW except Aspen Snowmass. And now we do, and the timing is absolutely perfect.
I started about 6 months ago, making sure that all the procedures would be into place by the time we started here. We started training our pilots about a month ago. They receive 4 hours of ground academics, that's with me or another check airman. Then they receive a 4-hour simulator, and we do everything from engine failures to escape maneuvers away from the terrain to make sure that pilots are well qualified for this. And by the way, this was a perfect approach in landing in here today.
American Airlines actually was one of our partners for our Summit for Life event, which just took place last weekend. And that's a celebration of life and second chances, and it's a fundraiser for the Chris Klug Foundation to first and foremost promote life-saving organ donation, and help raise funds for CKF so we can do our national outreach all over the place.
Now, I'm sure you've traveled a bit in the kind of work you do. What does it mean to you to be able to hop on a plane and not have to stop in Denver and then go on to your next destination?
Oh, it's huge. I'm so excited that American Airlines is here. It's it's great for Aspen, great for our locals, great for our visitors, and certainly convenient for me. I live across the street, so I just wheel my little wheelie bag across the street and right on the plane. And I'll tell you, it is the most convenient airport in the world. I've been traveling for the last 20 years, competing on the Snowboard World Cup circuit, and there's no more convenient place to travel and in and out of than Aspen.
Well, one of the local nonprofits that American Airlines sponsors is the Susan G. Komen Foundation. And Marcia Goshorn, tell us how important that is to you here in Aspen.
We're thrilled with American Airlines coming in. They've actually been a sponsor of the Komen Foundation for 30 years. This year is its 30th year coming up, and American's been there since the very beginning, out of our Dallas national headquarters. And we're thrilled to have American Airlines. They've been a big supporter, and they actually have some planes that have pink ribbons on them. So they're actually one of our $1 million sponsors, and it's so appreciated. It does so much good for so many people.
It's a long time coming. When you anticipate a day with great, it's kind of like anticipating Christmas morning, when you're a kid. And that's what this feels like. For many years, so many people have worked hard to extend the runway, set up the airport to handle CRJ 700, and to bring American Airlines here after, I think, 16 years of effort is a huge day. And it's a celebratory atmosphere here, and I think everyone's extremely happy.
Well, specifically, why is American so important to Aspen and Snowmass?
Well, American is a world-renowned carrier, one of the best and largest carriers in the world. So it's a major airline, and their commitment to markets that we are currently not served from. Dallas-Fort Worth, number one, which is a huge hub for American, and Los Angeles, which is a huge connection to Australia, New Zealand, and some of our other markets. So American brings hubs and connections that we really did not have in our air network before. So it's complementary to our existing flights on both United and Frontier. And so we really have the full picture now with these three great airlines serving this market.
Now, we're not just talking about Texans and Californians, because the hubs then go to places internationally.
That's probably the most important. I mean, sure, we get lots of Texans here, and Dallas is a big market, and LA is important. But you're right, Dallas-Fort Worth, connects to the entire American network. Central and South America is very important to us. Brazil, Mexico, they can come in through Dallas now. And of course, in addition to the Asian connections through LA, Qantas is a partner, One World partner with American. So this is an extension. This is a growth of our network as opposed to any kind of duplication. So it's new flights, new carrier, and a very highly thought of carrier, American Airlines. So it's great news.